So, my day got a little more complicated. My last video can't really just... It's good that I can laugh at it right now because, I mean, that's really what it's all about, right? It is going to turn into a blessing. But you just have to think about the exact amount of things that had to line up today for this exact time for this all to come into... Okay, so first of all, just take a minute. I'm going to show you what happened. That is my pickup truck. Poor girl. She's a damn good truck. Okay, now, but before I go much further into the story, I would just... Hold on a second. I have to get my mind right. Okay, so just you have to think about the amount of coincidences, if you believe in that kind of thing, that had to happen throughout this day and over the course of the weekend for this particular incident to take place. So I don't have any pictures of the other guy's vehicle and what it looks like because he ran. He came into my lane. Look, I'll show you the pictures. You see right here, that's where that skid mark is right here. That's where my tire, that's where my tire came off and was skidding into the asphalt. So he came like halfway into my lane. I watched him, I seen it happen. And on the other side of me, there's just a big drop off. I couldn't, you could see where I swerved because he had to come pretty far to hit me into my lane. But I seen when he was hauling ass too. He had to been doing like 50 or 60 in a 25 mile an hour zone. And I had just turned out of a side street right there. I wasn't even going very fast, thank goodness. But I seen him. He looked down, and as soon as he did, he fucking boom, right into the lane. I had no time to react, no nothing, just, oh shit, that was it. Boom, I popped up into the freaking air, and the airbags are hitting me in the face. Freaking got a big burn mark from it right here, and I'm like skidding on the road, and I can't stop. So it just kind of, I just rode it until it freaking hit the telephone pole, and there I was. Again, stranded without a vehicle. What the fuck kind of day is this? It's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. It's not funny, but it's kind of funny. So anyway, here's some more pictures. Damn, dude. I mean, he hit my truck hard. Yeah. You can see by the time I got the telephone pole did do a little bit of damage. My door wouldn't open until they pulled it up out of the ditch. There's some more damage. I mean, you can see he just totally... That's how fast he was going. Totally ripped the front tire right off of it. Threw me up in the air. Both my airbags. Threw all my stuff everywhere. Shattered my windshield. I can't find my hat. Still. I had everybody looking for my hat. My hat was gone. Can't find it nowhere. The hat disappeared. It vanished. Some more pics. Man. Yep. Just another good picture. That dude just freaking took off. I could see. I looked over at him, and he was quite a ways back. He pulled into a spot, I think it was a side street actually. It kind of looked like an alley, but I think it was a side street. But anyways, and he was holding his head, and he kind of seen him. He looked over. He was holding his head like this, and he looked at me, and I could tell at that very moment he's looking at what he had done, and he was contemplating. He was like, what do I do? Do I leave? And I was talking to the people that had gathered around me, and I really wasn't paying much attention to him. Anyway, before we knew it, he had taken off. He left, he fled the scene of the crime, and then the officers found his car on fire about a mile down the freaking road. And he wasn't in it, but they knew the guy. One of the other state troopers was telling me that they had just had an incident with this guy earlier that day, and that they were, I don't know, he didn't go into detail about what the incident was, but he was like, yeah, we deal with this guy all the time, da 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 da. I was like, God dang it, dude, what are the odds? You know what I mean? What are the odds that this would happen to me today? But I've been praying for kind of a new truck, you know, like, in a way, you know, like, I'm thankful for my truck. It's been a good truck, but now it's time for it to go. Fuck. So, anyways, now I gotta go with, you know, deal with all the insurance and find me an attorney and shit because he fled the crime. Now it's a crime scene. It's not just an accident. But anyway, that's kind of how my day went, and that's what I'm dealing with right now. So I hope my story has made somebody's day more enjoyable. Amen. I hope I amused somebody. And to that dude, man, I don't know what he's dealing with or what he's got going on in his life, but he was angry. He was fast. He was angry driving, and I could just see, like, I wasn't even mad at him. My son was close. My son had just dropped me off right down the street, you know what I mean, at my truck because I got marooned by a guy in a whole another town 30 minutes away from where I live. So anyways, thank goodness my son was close, but he was mad. Everybody was mad. They wanted to go chase that guy down, and I'm like, just let the cops do their job. You know what I mean? Let them do their job. But they did. They found him. He was at his house. So, anyways, it's just another picture where the skid marks are. You kind of see in the very middle of that lane right there, the far lane, you can see all that, like, dark spot right there. That's where he hit me. Now see that this is I'm standing in, you know, I was driving in the far lane there, headed, you know, in the direction of that little black car right there in the corner of the screen. And you can see that whatever was leaking out of his car came from halfway in that freaking lane. And it's like he just drove right up underneath me. Just kaboom! But it was ripping my damn front tire off. I don't even know what they did with it. Hopefully they threw it in the back. It doesn't matter what happened to it now. It's skitzing out on me there. TikTok. I'm holding my phone straight up and down. But anyways.